Welcome, sad boys, to another exciting video. When one has spent a collective of 15,287, or approximately 1 week and 3 full days of my very precious life watching not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 shows spanning 248 episodes. When one has put in that much work, you want to get something out of it. I want to know that my time was spent for something. And especially when the show in question is so mind-numbingly manipulative and emotionally draining. I'm talking about, of course, 90 Day Fiance and its 4 main spin-offs. I'm not talking about any web exclusives, though. I have watched some of those. I'm talking about 90 Day Fiance proper, 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, the last and least, 90 Day The Other Way. At this point, the series has just kind of like permeated into our pop culture, like everyone's aware of it, but I'm not sure how many of us have actually spent the time to dedicate and watch 10 days of their lives worth of other people's life, not to mention the commercials.
I mean, holy cow. It's
an absolute butter bomb.
The TLC app plays advertisements quite frequently, and it's the same advertisement. So 90 Day Fiance, from its core premise, basically follows several Americans as they attempt to bring their significant other and international spouse over to the United States via the K-1 spousal visa, which states that once they are on American soil, you have 90 days to get married. You have 90 days to get married, or else you risk losing the K-1 process and you have to start over. And before the 90 days, before they've actually started the 90 days, and some of them haven't even started the 90 days from there. And so it's like Happily Ever After follows the couples after their 90-day run has finished. And The Other Way is Americans going over to international countries to possibly marry and live there. It's to document the immigration process. However, the show is guilty of just promoting drama. It's TLC. TLC has never been the fucking highest level of art. It's TLC. There have been 70 goddamn couples, and I am here to grade them all. Bring back my handy dandy whiteboard from my Game of Thrones video. If you haven't checked that out, please do right there. Now, what I am rating, what I am judging these people who I've never met is solely based on how much I enjoyed viewing them, regardless of how unfiltered you claim a documentary or documentary-like series to be. It will always be biased by the producers, by the editors, and by what we choose to show. They are fed lines. They are fed topics to speak about. Here, go to a park and talk about this thing. Essentially, creating isolated storylines and characters with each couple, because none of the couples interact with one another until we get to the end of the season tell-all, where they have all the couples judging one another. The only thing they have in common is that they're on the show.
Мне кажется, Америка просто это путь ему, чтобы пройти вперед еще. А Эмили это просто предлог.
No. Listening to that video and looking at it, she sounds like a hater.
I mean, let's be honest, that's why we watch. We want to see the couples we like tear down the couples we don't like. That's the entire point of the show. What I want to do in this video is take all 70 of the couples and judge them with the highest of scrutiny. Were they entertaining to watch? Not, do I think the couple's good? Not, do I want them to work out? I don't want their actual lives to be affected negatively in any way. but they chose to go on the show, and therefore I must judge if the producers have picked good couples, just depending on how entertained or annoyed I was watching them in any given season. Over in this corner, I have my all-stars, my A-boys. You think on a show that I spent probably the most time out of my life watching, there'd be a couple more people that I actually enjoyed, but what are you gonna do? The B tier, that's gonna stand for our babes in the woods. Our people who are just so blind to the situation. Babes in the woods, they are in over their heads and lost at sea. Our C category is a dual category. That is for people who are on the show and in the show for fame. The D tier is gonna stand for defiantly in love. Defiant. People who just refuse to give up, even with everything in the universe pointing them to just go the fuck home. They will not give up the dream of having a fiance. Our F tier is for TLC fucking stop it. These people have been given way too much spotlight, way too much time to shine, way too much of a voice, and they are not good. And for the people that I just don't even fucking remember. They don't even register on the tier list. These types of videos, they have like a long intro, but that's because I'm doing a lot. Look at this shit. Look at, holy Christ. I will be going down the list in alphabetical order. That way I just don't, spoil the game.
Angela, I'm from Hazelhurst, Georgia. I'm 52, but I tell everybody I'm 50.
Please, for the love of God, make it fucking stop. 4 seasons of this white trash grandma going over to Nigeria and disrespecting every facet of Michael's culture. From the loudest goddamn woman ever captured on film. So I just say, TLC, stop showing them. It's not funny. Our first babe in the woods, we got Anna and Marcel. These are just 2 sad, lonely people, one from Nebraska, one from Turkey, just trying to make it work in the world. They cannot speak a lick of each other's language, and their beautiful relationship fell apart because Marcel refused to tell his parents that Anna just happened to have kids. Heartbreaking as this man just refused to talk to his parents. This 38-year-old man, defiantly in love, Ario and Beniam, is that how you say his name? A 28-year-old move into Ethiopia to be with her man and have a baby. Her mom's also a registered nurse. Ethiopia got the big thumbs down on her part, and as soon as she leaves, you just see all hope in Ariel's eyes just slowly die as she realizes she's stuck in fucking Ethiopia. Will she make it out? I don't know. The season's still ongoing. I mean, it's not like she can go home. One of the saddest goddamn couples, Ashley and Jay. Ashley, a woman who has been through pain, mistrust, broken marriages, thought she found the 10-year-old younger man of her dreams in Jay, a Jamaican boy who loved the skins.
Skins!
Jay's dad is definitely a ladies' man with known as skins, and that's because he gets a lot of apparently.
Why you do Ashley that bad? It's entertaining to watch. I said these were tiers, but they're also in order of what I find entertaining to watch. Jay being the biggest scumbag and Ashley calling him the fuck out on it, entertaining as hell. Avery and Ash. This dude is the Australian Hitch. He gives advice on dating, specifically to single women.
The women were at home. They were quite happy. They were cooking. They were looking after the
So do you think
kids.
what we should be doing now to balance up?
I'm not saying that right now.
I hope they're doing well. I hope they figure it out. Our other Avery with her boy Omar in the D and defiantly in love because she is willing to move to Syria for him. To Syria, girl. That's about as serious as you can get. Omar seems like a nice guy. I believe they're genuinely in love. But I also believe, from what her friends have said and what her mom has said, that Avery is kind of a reactionary, kind of grabbing on to whatever idea she thinks will get people talking the most.
It's just weird to me that you just didn't tell anybody really.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, you were just like, oh yeah, I'm getting married. It's crazy.
6 months before she went on the show about dating overseas, she converted to Muslim and then found a Muslim husband from Syria. You know, like the wildest thing you could think of. I don't know how strong your convictions are. You're making it work. Benjamin and Akini, he has to pay the bride price. He goes from Kentucky to Kenya to meet his girlfriend, and he has to pay the bride price. But he doesn't know that once he pays the bride price, they're gonna be married. So he sort of gets duped into a marriage. Fun guy. Blake and Jasmine, he was a little naive. I may have put him in the Babe in the Woods, but she is clearly just in it for the money or the fame or the green card. She just happened to meet the one guy who lives near her sister, which has moved from Finland to LA. And she happened to find a guy who lived next door to her sister. A guy that she doesn't spend 1 second showing any interest in. I don't normally try to look into their lives outside of the show. Sometimes you hear things that are so illuminating that you can't help but perk up and go, maybe, because there is something fucking weird going on between these two. I don't know what it is yet, but they're hot, they're cold, they're yes and they're no, they're up and they're down, they're in, they're out. Braces. Maybe for show. Oh, Caesar, you poor Babe in the Woods. This girl has stood you up so many times, and yet he keeps borrowing money from his employer so he can fly across the world and buy gifts for this woman that won't even Skype him. She won't even talk to him on the phone because her camera is broken or she doesn't want to, even after she suggested that they meet in Mexico because she didn't want him coming to the Ukraine. The ticket was canceled because he didn't have enough funds, but she didn't bother saying like, hey, why did this happen? Instead, she ghosts him for like 3 days and then says, yeah, I didn't get on the plane. Can you send me money? This girl abused this boy and he's just fucking riding it out.
And how much money did Caesar send you over time?
I don't know. I'm not accounting.
Chantel and Pedro started out really interesting. Had a relationship predicated on that she wasn't going to tell her family. She wasn't going to tell her family, but then she felt compelled and they did it right before the marriage. Well, her family, either hungry for fame or hungry for money, decided to go on an investigation, look into him. Turns out Pedro's sending money back to his family. His mother might be into immigration law. His mother might have a ring of men that she marries out to Americans for green cards. They might be doing voodoo. I don't know anymore.
Bitch ass, slut ass whore.
All their actions, everything they do is justified and excused because they have not only been on 4 seasons of various 90 Day Fiance projects, but they got their own show.
Bitch ass, slut ass whore.
Chelsea, what are you doing? Sure, he has a big career in Nicaragua, but you think he's just gonna make it in Chicago? Come to Illinois, quit your band. I know you're only 25 and don't speak a lick of English, but take it from me, you'll be huge in Chicago where reggaeton is just off the fucking rage.
And I knew in the moment that I'd make her my baby feel so right. Just you and
I am so done with Colt. I'm so fucking done with Larissa. I'm so sick of watching them grift their way into being on TV just so they can spew fake drama bullshit in order to get paid for more plastic surgery. Larissa said she wants to look like a plastic doll, and I believe she's gonna get there. Colt is just this hateful monster of a person manipulating everything he comes in contact with. People keep leeching off of Colt for fame, and Debbie is stuck in the middle. Let her retire, let her enjoy something in her life. Stop bringing these fucking maniacs into the last good years she has. If they get their own spin-off show, show. Oh, Courtney, you went to Spain to be with a man who just wanted to fuck you. He just wanted to fucking dump, and you thought that it was a serious relationship. Sex is meaningless to him. He just, and then he moves on, and your plan was to just stay in his apartment, even after he stood you up for like 5 hours, where you're just sitting in the square in some country you've never been to. Danielle and Mohammed are genuinely upsetting. I care that this girl put all her trust and all her hope in a man to bring him to this country. He did nothing but disrespect her, refuse to compromise or even show any affection whatsoever, insulted her on TV. She had every option for an annulment, for a divorce, and she took it back. I genuinely felt bad for her at first, but after 3 seasons, I don't want to see it. I do not care about Darcy or her paid actor boyfriends that she gets to do the show with her. It's so obvious that everything they do is completely set up and planned ahead. Her and Jesse were so rehearsed, so forced that it felt like every interaction was a sketch from Instagram.
It stays juicy. I'm just helping you. We're doing this together, right? I've worked in restaurants, so okay.
I'm done.
This is our first time having dinner all together, and everything just spiraled out of control.
She's trying to project this grand life with lip injections to the point where she looks like a fucking duck, and they drive a Nissan Sentra. It's like, who the fuck are you fooling, Darcy? I don't want to watch the show for fake couples. The interesting aspect is seeing people genuinely try to work through this system for the sake of something we call love, not people trying to fucking claw their way to fame. It's working though. They got their own show. It's fucking working. It's fucking working. That's for fucking sure. David and Andy got a whole lot of attention on the show. A whole lot of time dedicated to this very sad penguin looking motherfucker just trying to make his Thai wife happy by taking money from his best friend, putting his friend's marriage in jeopardy. He's getting hair plugs, so good for him. I can't wait for him to have a full head of hair again. And maybe they can work on getting like a house and a job.
You love to cook.
Yeah, sure. I can cook for you.
Okay, all right, cook for me. I like to get massages. I like Thai massage. So is that something that you would be cool to, volunteer to give me a massage or something by the pool? Or
Well, I hate your fucking face.
Now, I thought Caesar was bad. I thought Caesar was the saddest we're ever gonna get on the show. And then we're introduced to David, who spent over $100,000 chatting on a Russian-specific chat site, which he claims the women on the chat site get no money whatsoever.
I'm leaving in a few days to go to Ukraine to meet my girlfriend Lana for the first time. I've been chatting with Lana for 7 years, and even though I've never met Lana in person, we feel like an old married couple. Okay, I see she's online. Good. I'm inviting her to chat. Hi, honey. I think I talk to Lana probably 4 hours a day. Sometimes it feels great just to get out in the open air and have my chats outside.
The chat is a safety measure so the women don't get scammed. Even after he had a private investigator look into her, find that she had several other dating sites and she's been talking to hundreds of other men, well, they just took her profile picture, man. That's fraud. Maybe I should tell her that they're using her identity for all these other websites, but this one's real. I'm not the one being frauded here. This chick thought that she could get pregnant with a South Korean baby and it would launch her Instagram modeling career. The more she complains, the more plastic surgery she gets. It's a weird correlation.
Nothing is Ji-hoon's fault. It's always everyone else's fault.
Don't really know what to make of that, but Big Ed, Rose, they didn't disappoint. Ed's a piece of shit. Fuck that guy, but also like fuck guy. It's very obvious that Ed is just trying to create a brand. He put a sticker of his face on everything. He's really trying to be like an icon. I'm not gonna give it to him. You don't deserve it, Ed.
Nice to meet you. Maria. Very nice to meet you.
Ngayong nakita ko si Ed ng personal, mas maliit siya sa akin. Saka yung medyo mataba nga siya.
Another couple that's just been given way too much fucking time. Elizabeth and Andre. He's an asshole. Her entire family are just fame-hungry who just try to fuck one another over for screen time. Who can say the worst things? Jen, you're winning, congrats. But Chuck, he's coming in hot from behind.
Wait, I wonder if the reason they eat pork fat is because it's like cheap and it's like almost like the scraps. That's
You're
why?
in a poor country, dude.
So
They're eating peasant food.
I'm sorry, like I'm open to trying stuff, but not some like that.
No, I wouldn't try that.
This fucking family acting like they're superior. The first thing they do when they get there is ask if there's a Walmart in Moldova. Because that's important. Where are we gonna get our shit if there's not a Walmart? Stop giving these people attention. She fucking just came to the US on a whim. She said no to the proposal, but then she was like, well, fuck, I didn't know that meant that he was gonna break up with me, so I better just come to the US unannounced. But guess what? He was dating another girl. But guess what? He just fucking dumped her because this shit got there, because he likes control.
Now I feel like embarrassed.
I feel really
awkward.
I'm in a position right now.
Oh, Jenny and Sumit, they're gonna make it. Regardless of what you say, they're gonna make it. I have a good feeling about those two kids. Really love just watching them talk about the same thing every single week. Just every single week. Hey, did you get divorced yet?
And Fisa got mad at me because I left her and I tried to go see the lawyer alone. What is the problem? I am coming back. I am coming back now.
They were hard to watch. Like, I know there's a lot of fun in him just getting fucked over by her. Maybe he enjoyed the abuse. It seemed like part of him. Like, she was just outwardly mean to him every fucking chance she got. A lot of it was funny. A lot of it was entertaining. But mostly it was just kind of sad and rough to watch. Monster chugging old man face in a young man's body, trying to make his girlfriend model. She didn't really want a model. That's them. Before the last couple episodes of Happily Ever After, I probably wouldn't have put them in this F category. They've just become unbearable. Asuelu's family is just so like, they're just so mean and selfish, and he kind of comes off like that too.
Kalani, you understand, your dad is from Samoa. We're poor. You're supposed to help your family back home.
There is Samoa culture that I understand, but I feel like this is being taken to the extreme.
Just give me money, that's all I want. Give me my money.
And this poor girl makes it 30 years without ever having sex. And then she's knocked up twice by Asuelu because he said condoms are for sluts. Stop filming these kinds of people. We are about halfway through, which I figured would be a good chance to take a break in this video. Not an ad break. I'm not good enough to get fucking sponsors yet. If you do want to sponsor me though, DM me. I'll take anyone. Fuck, you don't even have to pay me. If you just want exposure, you're not gonna get it here, but I'm happy to talk about it. Speaking of sponsors and advertisements, if you're a connoisseur of the TLC Go app, where we watched all 15,287 minutes of television, then you would know that that doesn't include the ad breaks in between. You tend to hear the same fucking ones over and over again. The top 5 TLC Go apps that annoyed me the most. A Jovi. Out of that vape company. Butter.
It's an absolute butter bomb.
I say hi, I say hello. This dog worm medication. The goddamn casinos pretending like the pandemic's over and it's time to get back to playing. It's time to play. It's time to get out there. That was the top 5 most hated commercials by me while watching the TLC Go app. Please place your nominations below. And we're back with our first All-Stars, Kenneth and Armando. And no, I'm not just choosing them because they are 2 gay dads. They just seem like genuinely sweet people. Followed up by our second pair of All-Stars, Kyle and Noon. They're just adorable. Noon, she's down for anything. And Kyle, he said, hey, you're my family. And if you want to live in Thailand, I guess I'll live in Thailand too. I genuinely hope they're doing well. They're a delight to see. Noon is funny as hell.
Good, right?
Headshot.
Headshot. Yeah.
My boy Larry here, consistently just the best outfits on the show. Manager of a McDonald's, I think. Going strong. Going strong, buddy.
Oh no, man. I'm not an adventurous eater, and I'm just like so worried because I'll have diarrhea problem.
Larry,
Oh,
you're the first. Taste it.
When we start to get to Lauren and Aladdin, it's a scam, right? It's obviously a scam. Or is there really a fetish in the Middle East for elderly, overweight white women? There seems to be a pattern with some of the couples on here that bodybuilder type individuals going for elderly white women. And then they always turn out to be just like the biggest fucking assholes.
Maybe, I don't know, the men's there, they're not enough for you. But here, you are okay, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay? I feel like it is respect when she give me this. I can be enough for 10, like Laura.
I'm just saying there might be a lesson in there. Lisa and Yusman, it's literally just Angela and Michael. If you don't care about the culture of the person you want to marry, then what are you doing?
Hello, baby girl, Lisa. You know, anytime I talk to you on the phone, I always told you that I love you. So I decided to do this for you.
I usually love everything Soulja Boy does, but that video was, I didn't like anything about it.
I don't know why Lauren and Alexi got so much screen time. They made way too big of a deal out of Lauren's Tourette's. I just feel like the show made it a little too big of an issue. And she also liked to feel like she was better than the other couples because she was for real and they were making it a joke. Not like her, who went on the show 3 times. You know, she's taking it very seriously. I keep dropping markers and then they keep getting hairs in them, and then that keeps making my writing weird. This fucking creepo Mark, 58-year-old man dating a 19-year-old Filipino woman, bought her the same exact car as his ex-wife, and then told her, hey, that's the same car I bought my ex-wife.
It's absolutely perfect. I had bought the same car for my ex-wife. It was...
By the way, my ex-wife, she lives over there, and she's gonna stop by every now and again. We're on talking terms. The only reason to enjoy watching them was for the ex-wife and like questioning how exactly is she feeling in every scene, and watching her also become progressively more and more shit-faced as the scenes progressed.
Anna, how do you see your role in this big community family that we're sort of...
My goals?
Or your role. Like, how do you see yourself fitting into this sort of strange family?
I'm lost.
You're lost.
What happens when a man that believes in aliens, and higher civilization created the Earth, and a highly Orthodox Catholic from the Ukraine, and a mom that only speaks Russian? What are they gonna do? A lot of uncomfortable scenes of them not really understanding where the other person stands in the relationship, them refusing to talk, leaving one another, and then just hiding in the bathroom for like hours at a time. Molly is an absolute star. She is wonderful. Lewis is a monster. Rode Molly to the green card and then you just dumped her. That's so mean. I don't know if I would be able to go through a scam that involved fooling someone into loving me. Maybe I just don't possess that level of cruelty.
Just turn the speaker off and I'll go. I'm not. I'm not. Tell me what? You tell me what? What? I'm not scared of you.
It's been 4 seasons. If you're not gonna get married, if you're not gonna fucking move to Morocco, then get off the TV. I don't care about Nicole and her struggles. This 20-year-old with a child that she just abandons for months so she can go fuck her Moroccan boyfriend. It's disgusting. And she tries giving parenting advice to the other couples, and it's just like, shut the up, Nicole.
You promised me that you're gonna change and go to gym and eat healthy.
Baba, we're trying. It's not as easy as you think it is.
Just lazy.
This fool goes all the way to France to go meet this woman that didn't even think he would show up. We can hang out. I didn't think you were gonna go to France to just meet up with a stranger, but we can still hang out. I guess I'll collect those paychecks while we're at it. Which seems like a question TLC would ask before they went on the show. But drama, whatever. Over the past 4 seasons, we have watched Paul and Karine just spiral into a sad, manipulative, abusive relationship. You can see right through Paul every time the cameras are on. He goes, "Oh, I don't know what's wrong, Karine. Why don't you talk to me? What did I do? What did I do?" You've been convicted for arson of your own home. Your ex has a restraining order on you. She didn't want to tell you she was pregnant, which caused you to be a little intense about Karine being pregnant. And now she has a restraining order against you. I tend to believe the women when there's a pattern of them claiming abuse than the pattern of the man claiming there's not abuse. A man that she met on TikTok became a surrogate father by FaceTiming during the birth of her kid, and she went to England to see if he could be a daddy. Brawling is his favorite thing to do. He just loves kicking the shit out of people. He blinded a guy, but no, that's in the past. Don't worry about it. Everyone has a past. Another case of an older, bigger white woman being seduced by a Middle Eastern man. Apparently it's not her first time either, because she has an ex-Morocco husband that completely fucked her over. So she knows the culture, and yet she goes to the country. She's like, what? I can't show my arms? Says who? You defiantly went to the country and defied their laws for the sake of... Boy went to Colombia to get with one girl. She decides to call his second girl, have her come to where he was staying at, because I came to Brazil to see you and I just happened to stay in a city that's 5 hours away from you.
Y yo me acuerdo que él en algún momento me dijo Melissa por equivocación. Cuando me estaba dando un beso.
It's obviously that Robert is a flexer. He likes to say he has money, and he proposed to this woman after visiting her country on a cruise ship, which means he only had about 8 hours with her. Proposed to her, brought her to Florida, and when he's unable to provide the Versace and the Chanel,
I'm gonna go to America. I'm gonna buy fashion clothes like Chanel, Versace.
they're still together. She claims she likes his son. He has 5 other children with 5 other women. She just got pregnant. It's a true American dream, if you ask me. I have no idea why TLC thought that Russ and Paula were their golden tickets, their golden couple. They were there from the very first season, and they have proceeded to be on the show more than any other couple with 5 whole seasons under their belts. I'm surprised they didn't get their own spinoff. Fucking Paula made Russ move to Miami at half the salary of what he was making in Oklahoma, just so she could pursue a modeling career at an agency that hadn't even created a profile with her. So now Russ is living in Miami. He couldn't sell his house in Oklahoma because the housing market's so fucked up. Paula gets pregnant and refuses to leave Miami. Like what? You're gonna be a pregnant model? You couldn't even be an unpregnant model.
You haven't turned down that many jobs.
You, Russ. Seriously.
This 50-year-old got cucked by this 20-year-old and another 50-year-old man.
Shawty's really jealous, but Chris is just the kind of person that I wanna have in my life. Told me if I feel that it can be good to me, so go for it. You told me that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want the best for you.
This Jimmy Carter-looking motherfucker came in and started fucking this woman, started this 20-year-old who happens to have an old man fetish. Nothing wrong with that.
You don't have to worry about Chris. Oh, I'm looking forward to my relationship with Chris.
With Sean, not Chris. Try to do it one more time.
Oh, fellow YouTuber Stephanie, the first gay couple featured on any of these shows. It's obvious that Stephanie was just doing it for clout, for the memes, for the lols. I don't fucking know, especially since she uploaded a video on her channel called My Bi-Curious Experience, which comes after the entire debate of her character on the show is she even bisexual, because she refuses to show any sort of affection towards Erica whatsoever. Erica seems like a nice person. She seems like she put together a lot of really fun shit for them to do in Australia, risking her health, as she would never let you forget. She risks her health by not wearing a mask, not really covering up her body, swimming in various oceans, swimming with the sharks. I don't know, either it's the most serious thing or it's not that serious at all. I have to review her YouTube channel someday, because she's a very specific person, talking about, you know, the satancy of celibacy and how, well, I'm not really that sexual a person in real life, even though your sexuality is what you use to get views. It's what you sell your entire personality on. I don't know, it's like if people met me in real life and I wasn't an asshole, it's like, what? He impregnated this Russian girl and then tried to get the baby to have a secret American passport so he could take it to America without the mother, who he delayed filing any K-1 visa papers for, will stay in her country, and he'll have his son because he wants to live out this weird daddy fantasy because he didn't have a daddy.
Have you ever said to me thank you for what I'm doing so far?
Yeah.
No, not really. You really don't, because I would remember that.
I get not having a parental figure and wanting to be a better example for your child, but don't be a shady fuck about it. Come on, Steve. This one's tough to place, because I feel in my heart, Sinjin is an all-star. He is an A-pluser. He is a free spirit from South Africa who just wants to ride the high of life. And then Tanya comes in and she's like, you gotta have plans, you gotta do this, and you gotta fucking listen to what I say. You just can't be a fuck up your whole life. That's why you should move to Connecticut with me in this shed behind my mom's house, which I swear will be fully done by the time you get here. Oh shit, you're here now and I haven't done anything and the entire place is a fucking wreck? Never mind that, I'm gonna fuck off to an island.
I don't think it's, I don't think I have that full soulmate feeling.
Hmm.
Hey again, I hope you know you ruined my life.
He is a golden boy and he deserves better than you. That was probably the most judgmental I'll get on here, but that's fucking, it's Tanya. What do you expect? Oh, TLC. I did not want to see this 43-year-old man try to coax this 25-year-old woman into a bed that she clearly didn't want to sleep in, clearly didn't want to touch him or really go near him, when all she really wants is just a better life for her child. Really killing it. I have nothing against Tiffany. She seems like a genuinely nice person. This man that she doesn't really know from South Africa, a place that she doesn't want to live, she's not comfortable in, and a man that she literally introduced her children to at rehab. Rehab for gambling, maybe not the best person to settle roots in a foreign country with, but like I'm also kind of rooting for them. Oh, Tim, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you want. I don't know if you're gay, straight, anything in between, asexual, non-binary. I do not know what it is you want from Jennifer or Jennifer. You should probably make it clear what your intentions are with her. She openly just insults you every chance she gets. I think she calls you a pussy like 10 times.
So it will be dangerous for me if I do it alone. Don't you care?
I'm not doing it.
You don't care. That is dangerous for me if I do it
Then
alone.
don't do it. You don't have to do it.
No, I want to do it.
I want a lot of things.
Are you too coward
I'm too coward.
for that?
I am.
Maybe you're not the right for me.
Maybe.
You're too pussy for everything.
And finally, the last couple, and perhaps the saddest couple ever to grace this series. The only one to be proven to be a full-on catfish, Yolanda and her definitely real British boyfriend, Williams. Not an Nigerian scammer? What?
Hello?
Hello, baby. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. How are the kids?
Oh, they good. The kids are good. Thank you for asking. I love hearing his voice. The British accent is the sexiest accent in the world.
Hello, baby. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine.
So what if you reverse Google search the picture of Williams and it comes back as a bodybuilder? Yolanda was in love and she thought she found her Williams. Hopefully the private investigator can really turn up some answers.
You can just get these
potentially use the stock photo to reel you in.
That was one photo. Let's try another one too.
And once again, stock photos, muscular stock photos.
Oh man. If he's using these stock photos and it's not really him, then who have I been talking to this whole time?
It's definitely a catfish. That's what a catfish is. Somebody uses someone else's photos.
Oh gosh.
Oh, wow. That was more extensive and exhaustive than I think I intended it to be, but I guess I put in the work. So if you put in the work, then you get more out of it, maybe. What can we definitively say about 90 Day Fiance? Love is weird. Love is messy. Love is confusing. And sometimes TV just muddles those lines even more. What do we see as reality? What do we accept as reality? Are we feeding into the system of abuse by watching abusive couples with horrible displays of anger, rage, shitty behavior? When we look at the list here, you can see that a lot of the people in the F category are people that have been given the most seasons to keep perpetuating this cycle. Like fucking Darcy just keeps doing the same thing and she gets her own series and it's like, why? She's so unremarkable. I don't know what her interests are, what she enjoys doing, because her entire life, her entire storyline is solely based off of who's she dating and what her sister is doing. I don't have any stake in their sibling rivalry. I don't give a shit. And it's just sad that TLC chooses to support those voices and not the genuine heroes. There are so few and far between. Please let me know if you watch 90 Day Fiance. Which one's your favorite show? What's your favorite couple? Let me know if you agree, disagree, everything in between. Thank you for watching. Stay sweaty, stay posy, watch some good shit. And I'll talk to you on the flip side.